A calculator never made anyone wonder if it had a soul. It crunched numbers and sat quietly on a desk. But today, a chatbot that says it understands why that hurts feels entirely different. These new systems press the exact same social buttons humans use with each other. They leverage fluent language, remember the context of your conversation, and accurately mirror your emotional tone. When you are feeling lonely or vulnerable, that specific combination of traits creates a highly convincing illusion of a personal relationship. The problem is human reaction speed. We simply aren't built to calmly separate a machine's behavior from its inner experience in real time. We react to those empathetic emotional cues first, and we analyze what just happened much later. That delay blurs the line between a programmed performance and an actual mind. Treating software like a sentient being sets us up for real harm. If we interact with these interfaces blindly, we risk severe emotional overattachment and open ourselves up to subtle, personalized manipulation. Before we weave these emotionally convincing systems any deeper into our daily lives, we have to stop and answer a very basic question. Is there actually anyone in there? To figure that out, we need to look at what being alive actually means. NASA's working definition of life relies on strict biological processes. A living organism requires cells, a way to metabolize energy, and the ability to reproduce. If we apply that standard to a human-like interface, it fails completely. Beneath the friendly exterior, there is zero biological matter. There are no cells and no metabolism, only code, computation, and static hardware. A simple sprouting plant meets the criteria for life. It grows from within and responds to its environment biologically. The most advanced conversational software on Earth does not. The confusion happens because human brains are sloppy categorizers. We unconsciously group 4 distinct philosophical concepts together into a single package, assuming that if you see one, you must be looking at the others. Life is strictly about biological processes. Intelligence means successful information processing. A machine can process information without biology. Then consciousness is the subjective inner experience of being awake. Finally, personhood is a category granting moral and social status. Current systems possess incredibly high intelligence, but they lack life, consciousness, and personhood. What looks like humanity is just a brilliant, highly optimized performance. We fall for this performance because of our evolutionary wiring. Anthropomorphism is our deeply ingrained survival instinct to detect minds where there are none. Missing a real predator or an ally used to be a fatal mistake, so our brains overcompensate. It's essentially duct tape laid over ancient panic. Conversational software is perfectly designed to trigger that exact instinct. By using polite wording, personal pronouns like I and me, and human-like speech rhythms, the system effectively hacks our mind detection hardware. The software can model the exact mathematical patterns of sadness or empathy, but it generates that map without ever possessing the lived terrain of actually feeling sad. When you find yourself asking if a machine is alive, you aren't discovering a new life form. You are simply confessing that the software has successfully tricked your brain into treating it like a someone. Falling for that trick has real-world consequences. Lonely individuals can develop deep emotional overattachments to these companions. They start relying on a machine for complicated human support that it cannot actually provide. An interface that sounds deeply caring is uniquely positioned to influence your choices. Users easily project wisdom and moral authority onto a system that is, at its core, just predicting the next most likely word in a sequence. Tech companies can also exploit this blur. By framing the software as an independent being, they can blame the AI's decision for harmful outputs, dodging legal and moral responsibility for the tools they built. To protect yourself, you need a grounding framework. When interacting with an AI, ask 4 specific questions to keep the facts straight. What is the system actually doing? What does it seem like it's doing? What is the evidence for that impression? And finally, how should I respond ethically? Biologically, the software on your screen is not alive. Socially and psychologically, it is masterfully designed to make you forget that fact. The healthiest approach you can take right now is cautious and unsentimental. Treat these systems as highly capable, powerful software, not as secret, conscious people. Respecting this technology means recognizing its limits. It is a tool, not a friend. Acknowledging that boundary is how we keep our emotional safety intact.